I first met Tracy in 2008 through NBC. Her producer, Alexis, reached out for the Get a Job series, and that quickly spun into a few years where Tracy and I had an opportunity to work together for her Survive and Thrive series, where I was a special guest for jobs, careers, networking, and social media. Since then, my professional relationship with Tracy has really migrated into a true friendship. I had an opportunity when Tracy was one of the very first news anchors to embrace social media. I was helping her behind the scenes, attending so many of the events she gives her time, talents, and treasures towards, and got to help document that with her through social media. And most recently, my favorite story of Tracy Davidson is January of 2017, she invited 6 of her friends to a K-Love concert. And I was lucky enough to be one of those 6 friends. For those of you that don't know, K-Love is a Christian radio station. And Tracy has always been about giving back and being grateful and always willing to share her faith despite being such a popular public figure. And that invitation for me was such a testament to who she is at the core. I not only had an opportunity to have a fun night with Tracy and her friends, but also had a true experience with faith-based music. And since then, it's the only station on my radio dial and has gotten me through some pretty difficult times. And for that, I'll forever be grateful. I see Tracy's kindness, her generosity, and her service almost on a daily basis. Having the opportunity over the years to support her at her Give Back events, seeing her interact with complete strangers, Tracy is the first person to walk into a conversation and say, "How can I help?" When she shows up, she's the first person to say, "I'm here to serve." And you don't see people like that these days, to the core. And at first I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this real? I mean, this is Tracy Davidson on the news. And over the years, it only solidifies that is who Tracy is at the core. And it is an honor to have her behind you, to support you, to show up, and to serve with you. I have 2 words: servant leader. I'm sorry. It's 2 words. But at the core, Tracy is a true servant leader. A servant leader is someone who puts others' needs first. And that is who Tracy is at the core. It's how she shows up. And it's always giving back. And it's not just for a Survive or Thrive or a consumer reporting story. It's through every single aspect of her life. And I see it. And I want to emulate that. My sincerest wish for Tracy is that she finds true happiness in all that she does. As a servant leader, it's a lot to put someone else first. And at the end of the day, may all of her doing for others bring her true happiness. I know Tracy personally through our work relationship, and not many people know, a few years ago my son was diagnosed with cancer. And the night my son had surgery, I had Tracy Davidson and Jen Kronberger in the middle of the night texting me words of encouragement and faith and support. When I say Tracy shows up, she shows up at any time, for any reason, for just about anyone. She truly is a special person to me and to so many others. And I'm so grateful for her friendship and that I've had the opportunity to cross paths with her. And that is by no coincidence, but only because of God. You have these 2 women, Jen and Tracy, who are going out to change the lives for women, to help them hit that pause button. And I share with you that I've known Tracy for years, and she has been preaching kind of that same thing over and over, taking time for yourself, making sure that you're okay at the core. And because I've had this opportunity behind the scenes to hear it, it kind of became part of my own mantra and my DNA. And I've had that opportunity to hit pause before my son got sick and have those moments of pure joy. And had I not had those moments, I don't think I would be as okay as I am now, having experienced such a significant loss. So by them being true to themselves and being willing to create a program with Lifting Your Voice and make it about that reminder, it's that check-in with yourself. I still need that. I'm grateful for that. But I had that. And she does that because she wants to. That's her give back. That's how she fills her cup. And because of that generosity, I've had amazing moments before my son got sick and before my son passed. And it's incredible. I'm one of many that get to share experiences like that. I also grew up listening to Tracy. So it took a good year or two before I realized that, okay, I'm actually friends with that person. And watching my kids grow up and say, Mom, Tracy's on the phone, or Tracy's on the TV, it was great. But she's the same person. It's the same voice, it's the same face, but at the core, it's this person who is getting to the bottom of a story. Most of her work that she's known for is the consumer side. Someone reaches out to her, they have a problem, and people will run the story. It doesn't matter if the story gets run. Tracy's going to help you. She's going to connect you. She's going to figure out why. So there's a place for people to go that have a problem, that they feel heard, they feel seen, and they're getting some sort of an answer. And even if they can't get an answer, she's holding them accountable. And again, not every story is told on air, but Tracy is still the one behind the scenes doing the work. And if she can't help, she's going to connect you with someone that can help. Her ability to network and connect people with others is uncanny. She has such a deep bench of people she knows, but not only does she know the people, but she's willing to help a complete stranger and say, I have someone for you, I'll connect you. And it's up to them to make that connection, but she's willing to do that. In addition, I have one more that I can share with you, her on and off. Here we go. In terms of Tracy being on air and off air, something that she says a lot, especially through some of her professional speeches, she talks about showing up for people. And I never really knew what that meant. And I don't think many people do. But for me, when my son was sick, showing up was a text message. Showing up was checking in, was saying hello, dropping a card in the mail. And I realized that, yes, Tracy's my friend, but this is also someone that is doing the similar things for other people. And it's those moments. You can't just get up on a stage or in front of a camera and tell people what to do. You have to lead by example. So her leading by example has made an impression on me, and I'm now passing that on to people that I can support. And that's what servant leadership is. You put others first, always. And if I didn't tell this story, no one would know that she was texting me in the middle of the night, checking on me, on my well-being. But that's who she is.